So let's have ourselves a wonderful best of 5, shall we not? This is a rematch from last Monday, where we had Chaemiko versus Lynn in the semi-final of the ESL Cup Asia. And oh boy, was that a banger. There was Chaemiko playing absolutely out of his mind. This is the second best orc, elo-wise, against the second best human, elo-wise. Only Sok is ahead of Chaemiko, but I think the best human here in this tournament is so far Chaemiko. 2 days ago, it didn't look too hot in this matchup versus Focus. He played some weird strategies, if I may say so. Certainly not the best that you could potentially play. That looked a lot better on Monday versus Lynn, so maybe Chaemiko is suited better for the War Chief of the Horde than he is against Focus, and we'll see how things start here. Who gets the better end of the stick in the start of this best of 5? It is Lynn versus Chaemiko. As I said, this could very well be a big semi-final, but it is only a lower bracket round 1. What can we expect? I guess a lot of Farseer, quite some headhunters, and Chaemiko, what is he doing? I don't know. I really don't know. This could be literally anything from what we've seen. He's played so many different styles across the past 2 weeks, I think. Some very successful, like the one on Monday. Some others, not too much. And from Lynn, we can expect a lot of Farseer headhunter, if you ask me. There we go. First Farseer, a couple of headhunters will be joining. And then what lessons did Lynn take from the Monday Cup? What lessons did he take from 2 days ago's Chaemiko versus Focus? He found himself in a Juggernaut match versus Moon in the winner bracket quarterfinal and took the first map, and then Moon just showed, okay brother, I'm the god of Night Elf versus Undead, of Night Elf versus Orc. Sorry, I'm super tired. So yeah, Lynn, not much of a chance versus Moon, to be honest. Chaemiko had a 3-2 versus Focus, so that indicates he does know what to do, but he has to weather the storm. The first one, Wolves are coming very aggressive. Lynn and the last would be glorious, but that's not the case here. Mantle and gloves, good damage on Chaemiko right off the bat. That of course makes it a little easier to defend these pushes, these harasses, chip away at the wolves, chip away at the Farseer, and then that's it. Chaemiko was moving away completely.
A player's forces are under attack.
From defend. We haven't seen it at all in the quarterfinal that he just played. So I wonder if he goes back, if he realized that this is the better strategy, that this does help in the mid game, or if he once again has his very own mind. So far, it's only a handful of footmen, tech prioritized, and lumber mill early. Never rule out the opportunity
A player's forces are under attack.
of a tower push when it's either Chaemiko or Fortitude. Are we going back to the old Sky style? That would be quite something, but against Lynn, this feels a little ill-advised, but if there's a map to do it on, it's probably this one or Tidehunters if we see it. I don't know the picks and bans. But okay, Chaemiko switching it up big time compared to his Focus match. This is attack, this is defend. And Lynn probably knows about this by now from the way Chaemiko plays. No repair, a little sloppy. That tower is gone and floodgates are wide open. And Chaemiko's just creeping. Wants level 3 as fast as possible, and he thinks Militia can salvage this. So far, no kill, as you can see. 0 experience on the Farseer here. Deny would be great, but no. That's the start to level 2 for the FS. And Chaemiko, he really doesn't care about his economy too much. Maybe he can afford it with the early lumber mill. Maybe that... Oh, the lumber mill isn't finished yet. That's a problem. And then just walks in and causes more damage. Can't, of course, be rebuilt at the moment as there is a tech going on. And this is quite some losses already. Like, not really displayed on the experience bar, which is rising now. But okay, defend is finished.
Player's forces are
But the damage is rather on the workers and not on the footmen, who are now joining Lynn's base. Farseer second here, no TC, interestingly. And spike barricades already resurged. There's a little bit of damage on the footmen. And a couple of peons going down. Man, this economy is suffering big time. But Chaemiko only down at 27. Is this just game? I mean, tier 2 has been reached, but Lumber is so low. He can't build a second hero. He can't build Sanctums. He doesn't have a blacksmith for a rifle push. Did he just misjudge the situations? It's only 1-1 heroes for Lynn, but he will be able to go into Shaman soon. Headhunter, down. He'll be able to go into Shaman soon if he wants to. Or he can basically do whatever he wants to. Lynn is also kinda low on lumber here, thanks to all the repair. But I think he should be able to salvage this. And or maybe they find themselves on even footing. At least the Shadow Hunter is out, but Chaemiko is also supply blocked. Has to power build the farm now before going into anything tier 2 wise. What an early game. Pretty wild. We've seen wild early games. Lynn very much focused on defense now with spike barricades, with reinforced defenses. No lodge or anything tier 2 building wise. Alchemist second instead of a Mountain King, instead of a Panda. It's a tower now, but still, what is this game? We're 7 minutes in and we don't have a single tier 2 building. Very, very unique indeed. A little bit of hero focus. This Archmage damage is off the charts, by the way. Wait a minute. Oh, I was about to say, oh, chain lightning through the forest! Didn't expect this one. And I guess this was the strongest piece of Chaemiko's army. It's just game. Is it not? I mean, what can you really accomplish? There's no buildings coming up for Chaemiko either. He's trying to rebuild this Archmage. He will probably. Alchemist eventually is gonna get levels, but Lynn, with very few tools, accomplishing so much. It started with the Farseer and the Wolves. Chaemiko rather creeping, and that's another hero kill. I guess that's just game. The army is 4 footmen. And tier 3 is on the way. What do you do against this? Of course you try to fight. The army of Lynn isn't the greatest. Now there's Sanctums coming. But this is the latest human tier 2 I have seen in a long time. Shredder to fix the lumber, which is fine, I guess. Lynn's army still isn't the biggest one, but usually a carry for the human is a Panda or a Mountain King, like big AoE. It's not the case here. Not at all. But I mean, these heroes wouldn't have anything to attack, really. Nice damage on the Shadow Hunter as well. He's of course not a damage dealer, but every single bit helps. Yeah, I think Chaemiko's game plan didn't really work out. Not respecting Lynn's Farseer harass, trying to go for a surround, which, since he's Chaemiko, there's always a chance this could work. I guess the Alchemist was also kind of a panic thing to support the footman rush into the base, because they were also hurt, and he just wanted to have some healing and something because the Mountain King would have taken too long. And he might have thought that the Footmen do more damage than the Panda could in this situation. I don't want to say the Alchemist is bad. The Alchemist is never bad. But there's probably better alternatives. And now we're at tier 3. We got the Berserker upgrade. Rise up to 50. Finally, some units in this. So we go Priest, Sorks. And Chaemiko still sees a chance here somehow. Completely moving away from rifles. So I don't know if that's just the result of what happened in the early game. But there was no blacksmith early either. Probably had no resource for it anyway. We'll have to keep an eye on Chaemiko's style in the following matches. But I guess it's pretty clear that the Orc is dominating this for now. Rune Braces won't give him anything. On the other side, Scroll of the Beast without too much Dispel. Is there Dispel even? Nope. Priest still on initiate. There might be Acid Bomb coming soon, but is that... I don't know. If that's the saving grace here, not too sure. Lionheart of Stormwind is the perfect counter against a possible Acid Bomb, as it gives you armor. Well, Acid Bomb is reducing armor, so it lowers the effect of that spell for sure. It is an $11,000 tournament, and there's a lot of eyes on the players here, as it's been streamed by TH Infi and Fly, alongside TED, the biggest streamers in China. So I can definitely understand Chaemiko trying. Also, maybe try to get a good fight out of this, to gain a little bit of momentum back. But it's still tier 2 versus tier 3. At least he gets 4-3 heroes. That's not bad at all. And instead of a Pit Lord, we get a TC, very much understandable. Lynn this time going for Stomp first. And trying to buy some more time. An expansion was cancelled, or an expansion attempt was cancelled. But we're on the way to Bloodlust. Could be stolen, of course. But it could also be a tiny Great Hall. A Lightning Orb. Lynn now realizes that there is control magic, so maybe the time for the wolves is over. But alright, somehow we find ourselves at 50-50. Or almost 50-50 supply. Hero levels are quite a little bit even. Lynn, of course, blowing ahead. But for a dual hero combo, that doesn't look too bad. But yeah, level 2 TC now. He has the orb. He has potions. Chaemiko a little bit desperate, going for that red spot. That it's interesting. Sometimes human creep these in seconds, and sometimes it takes forever. And this is an army comp where this takes forever. With rifles, it's a whole different story. But it's time for Bloodlust and Ensnare. And I think once there's a fight, it's gonna be lights out. What he got? Pot of Cunning, a little bit more armor, and especially intelligence, or could be damage for the Archmage. It's not too bad. But it's of course not an aura. Helm of Valor on the other side, which makes the TC very, very tanky. But in the absence of a Mountain King, I kinda doubt this will be a big deal. And Bloodlust is at 50%. We want to hear it. Rah rah rah. You all know it. Very passive TP, and there's a reason, because he reskilled to Blizzard. There is the perfect counter to that already in Ensnare, but he doesn't have Raiders yet, if I see this correctly. Maybe one is coming. He did research it for sure. Here we go. How much does this Blizzard do? There is a lot of disable with Stomp and soon with Ensnare. Thank you, Manic Marine, for the 15-month resub. PogChamp indeed. Late edition of rifles. Oh, did that upgrade go through? Yes, it did, just barely.
A player's forces are
Tower's coming, Chaemiko looking, hey, how far are you ahead exactly? Blizzard can be a very good defensive spell. Infi has introduced it a couple of years ago against Undead. Hide behind your towers, hide behind that SimCity line, and then just cast this AoE. So either it forces a unit or a hero to move forward, and then might be intercepted with especially Stormbolt, which we don't have here, or Slow, and then kill it. Or otherwise, if it's not interrupted, zone a little, create space, or ideally, of course, do some damage. Level 4 Alchemist. Kinda mind-blowing that Chaemiko is able to fight back in this way, but Lynn was also never going for a decisive push. Was just waiting until the tier 3 pays off, and now he's waiting until the expansion is on. Very, very careful and patient play by Lynn, which I think is right. I mean, why not? Just get more scrolls. You have the tech advantage already, you have the experience advantage, you will get the echo advantage, because there's no way Chaemiko can afford an expansion or even get peasants to that spot. But here we go, Blizzard and Acid Bomb, how much can it do? We have invisibility, but also chain lightning into the casters, Kodos are coming in. TC pretty defensively for now, but here comes the storm to many of the militia. A little bit of a reposition for Lynn, who can of course go to the shop. There's 2 heal scrolls ready, there's the first one, now moving away from this with the speed scroll, but man, 410 supply down. Wow, that hex was lightning fast. That was just one wave of healing. Incredible. Militia are suffering. Okay, level 4. Finally level 2 chain lightning. Oh, Shadow Hunter. Shadow Hunter has a potion. That was a little unnecessary. Maybe forgot about him for a bit. But I think it's time to put the nail in the coffin. There's no TP on this Archmage. Little bit of heal spray, but purge over and over. Nice invisibility once again. Lynn at this point should probably position something at the lab. But the supply numbers, they're growing for Lynn. Oh, did he just cancel the storm by feedback attacking? Yes, he did. Sweet. Okay, both players are on a pretty high level here. TC actually gets surrounded. Man, Chaemiko, what a brave fight this is. And he gets things done. Like, hero kill is huge, especially for your own XP bar. But how he has to break this expansion, and he has to face 2 towers here. Oh my god, Chaemiko closes the supply gap. For now at least. But there's no items anymore. No TP, no potion, no invul, no heal scroll, no protection scroll, nothing. Shadowhunter got some mana back. TC is of course missing. The damage is ramping up on these casters. Repositioned by Chaemiko. Would love to get another Blizzard out, and he does. The Acid Bomb Blizzard combo is actually not working too bad. And another Raider just dead. That's what I mean. Like, you have to move your army forward in order to cancel this Blizzard. And then they're just getting intercepted. Lynn, did you go for a heal scroll? You might need it, brother. Not really. And he's losing so much. How is this possible? If a hero dies, this game is over for Chaemiko. But until then, he's getting a huge amount of kills. And snare again to reduce that healing. Purge so much. Purge! And he can't do anything against it anymore. Archmage will fall as well. In a bit, reveal, purge, focus fire. Okay, Lynn lost quite a few units here, but eventually cleans up this mess of a game. Chaemiko plays StarCraft here with just a couple of units. Lynn might be losing 10, 12 supply or something. What an unusual game, but here he calls it GG and 1-0 for Lynn. After a very unorthodox early game. Both pretty aggressive. Chaemiko not defending this well. But that also wasn't his plan. He wanted to rise up to 3 as possible. And then push and return the damage. But that didn't work. Lynn was just faster. And did more damage, and then at some point almost no workers anymore. While Chaemiko didn't do crucial damage. Lynn, again, not playing it super fast, except the early aggression, waiting for tier 3, waiting for that expo. Just never forced the issue. Against Blizzard and in general, a human base makes sense. So we move on to map number 2, which is Last Refuge. And I guess Lynn was again a little desperate yesterday after the games against Moon. As he so often is. But Moon just wrecks orcs. That's by now a law of physics. Warcraft physics. Later tonight we're gonna have the Night of Mirror between Lawlight and Colorful. Looking very much forward to that. Big Night of Mirror fan myself, especially when a Lawlight is playing. It's gonna be a styles clash for sure, so hopefully you're with me the entire time. As we move on to map number 2, we are on Last Refuge. And I think, even though this is a Blade Master map, I haven't seen a Blade Master in this matchup in forever. And maybe this is gonna be a different game. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a different game. I have rarely seen an 8-minute orc versus human without tier 2 buildings. This should definitely change, but Chaemiko, he tried to tower push against Night Elf here on this map. Maybe he makes it a habit and starts to rush more and more. As he was definitely a fan of rifles and aggression earlier this week. But on Monday, like this is already so different. On Monday, Chaemiko was out playing Lynn quite hard, especially in the fights. The last moments on Amazonia showed again that Chaemiko, during these clashes, is doing fantastic. There was the hero kill, there was a Kodos around, etc, etc, etc. He's just very good at fighting with units in this game. But he needs to have a better situation before going into these fights. And this is his objective here. We have again a Farseer, we have again Headhunters. So now, what's the creep routes? Will he go for the mercenary camp? Or is it a little more old school? Expansion's definitely possible here, but also pushable. This matchup, pretty fun nowadays as we have so many different styles viable, especially on the human side. I don't think anybody figured out what's best at the moment. And maybe that is the best thing, that it's so unpredictable. Pion is already here, Footman taking care. And the Farseer is moving over. Again, this seems to be Lynn's way of playing the early. Pion gets denied. FEB, thank you for the raid, mate. Gods as well. So how to get level 2? The question in the early game, last hits would of course be fantastic, and we have seen Chaemiko's insane micro 144. Both playing around it nicely, and Lynn gets it, but on the cost of a surround maybe, if he continues to block, but Lynn finds a way out, a tiny little nuke in that surround or in that block. He immediately slips through, and with that he should be safe. Item for him, sentry wards. This is great to see a push coming in the middle of the game. And Chaemiko with attack once again, but if you're fighting here, that means that you're not fighting in your base as a human, and that is already better than Amazonia. But what's not better is the level of the Archmage. He did clean the green. Ooh, unfortunate ensnare. Hey, can we fix the creeps on LR, by the way? I don't know if I said this already, but creeps on LR suck. Thank you, Globetrotsky, for the 20-month resub. Pog. A Lynn fan here, eh? And it is back to rifles. So probably not going rifles on AZ. Rather forced than chosen as a decision due to this harass. If you're only level 1, rifles can help you to rise up to level 3 fast because they are good damage dealers and help you with creep speed. But then, you know, a TC eventually racks you and you won't have too many breakers. So there is a downside to everything. And Chaemiko's clearly struggling. To find level 2. And I guess Lynn is fine with this. Never lost a headhunter. Never even in danger of losing a headhunter. Interesting ward position. Is he going for this alchemist again? He's not on tier 2 yet. That could be a nice combo. With acid bomb and focus fire. And of course, quite some healing against the possible chain lightning, storm, lightning shield AoE. Oh, last hit battle again, 259 on Chaemiko, rifle comes in, but that's the upside of the chain lightning, and all of a sudden this Archmage is super hurt. Has to go into the TP, so Lynn, again, with the upper hand in the mid game. He's on tier 2 now, goes for the TC second instead of a Shadow Hunter, as he saw the rifle, probably. Oh man, this was threatening the Farseer a little bit. He's facing a Mountain King. And this seems to be Chaemiko's big strength. Stormball on the TC, breakers in front. This is how he defeated Lynn on Monday. It also feels like Chaemiko sees himself under pressure. He's facing a level 3 Farseer now. He has to get levels. But Lynn is not allowing this. This is another chain lightning. Oh, Stormbolt before, but there's so much damage on this Mountain King. Oh my god. The wolf is chasing. This is just illusions, but the wolf might get it if... Oh, there's a Stormbolt necessary to stop the wolf from eating the dwarf. These heroes are in big trouble. There's a greater mana potion. Is he just electrocuting him? No, Lynn pulls back. Again, also, just like on map 1, a rather defensive approach. He could have just stormed the human. But you know, the priests are doing a good job. Rifle, attack upgrade, second sanctum. And Lynn is playing it slow. Steps on the brake. Goes for level 2 first. And now tier 3 this time. But a grunt transition. The problem is, yeah, rifles are pretty good for creeping, but headhunters are also pretty great. Plus the Farseer can harass, at least he gets some scouting information off. Now he goes for harass as he has a little bit more mana. And the multitasking is good. TC Rune braces against the storm bolting MK. A little bit of the dream. I feel like Chaemiko was in a worse position on Amazonia and still made it somewhat close. But yeah, he has to take risks and this might be punished hard. And Lynn again with an expo. Subi Mask on the Mountain King, also great.
A player's forces are
And
under
it's again the clap build. I like it. This seems so much better than the... I would call it weird. Than the weird bash build of 2 days ago. Clap's just too good, especially when there's no Shadowhunter. Where's the healing coming from? Shaman Adept, got the purges in soon. Reinforced defenses to be sure from any run-bys. That's a lot of damage here. Heal scroll as well. Is there an invo potion? That's maybe the only thing he's missing right now, but Chaemiko was never really able to cross the middle of the map. One militia now. Is he pulling more? Don't think so. And Lynn is going for the counter attack at the perfect time. No counter aggression. This position might be real good if the Mountain King can hold the ground and clap in front here. He is level 3 now, and the Rifleman do some damage in combination with Sorcerer's Slow. But Lynn knows this. Pulls back. Chaemiko just scouting here. Wolves harassing a bit, but also nothing to worry about. Good block against the speed scroll. And a grunt kill. Come on, you can afford a grunt kill. Was this the first thing Chaemiko killed all game? Except creeps, of course. Feels like it. TC getting more tanky. Chaemiko is trying to do this push again, but whenever Chaemiko is leaving his base, Lynn is there already. Trying to force a base race, which he'll probably win. Clap into the echo, but if there's damage here now in Chaemiko's base, that's his only base. Shop is already wrecked. Sanctum is already wrecked. This is not a spectacular game as they played on Monday. It's also not as wild as game 1. This is just super solid harass and then playing your advantage. Really love this farm wall, but it can't prevent from damage. Would love to see a lightning shield. The shaman arrives a little too late. It was the perfect position, but maybe he can reach. He's definitely trying to. There we go. Tower is gone too. Whoopsie. Those peons thought they were safe on the high ground, but definitely aren't. Counter TP to just get out. This was a lot of peasants, I think. Expo's down though. But yeah, Lynn just grabbing the lead early on, then runs with it. Ankh now too. But hey, we're on even footing, at least when it comes to income. But Chaemiko, he rebuilt the shop immediately, so he can continue to go for breakers. But he's down to 2 production buildings instead of 3. The MK is not super dominant yet. Lynn's inventory is still so sick. Ooh, big storm brewing. Nasty, nasty clap. And we go for the TC once again. There's not too many breakers to create a wall. And it's hero focus galore once again. No TP. And this might again be lights out here. Oh no, poor Archmage getting quite some healing done. And dodges that bullet. Good Wind of Mana stealing too. That's also a mana potion. Lynn not as dominant as I thought he would. Another heal ward. Is there another healed scroll actually? No. Lynn might be running out of healing as there is more clap. TC has the Ankh, so that shouldn't be the biggest deal. But no mana anymore. Chaemiko once again in the fights, doing this so well. But Lynn also 1,000 gold, plus supply lead, plus second expo coming up. Second expo this game. Continues to fight. I wonder if that's a mistake. 2 units about to fall, plus the Ankh about to get triggered. But if he kills the hero, this might be it. But Chaemiko, compared to Lynn, went for the Invo Potion. Is safe for now. And another heal ward. It's getting cancelled, but it's a little bit of free healing. And is Chaemiko going for that surround here? Can he hold and close this? Oh, is this calculated? Well, yes it is. Loses one headhunter. And the expo is only at 50%. Did Lynn buy enough time? Chaemiko at 46. Barely lost anything, I feel. And seeing Lynn on 1,000 gold is quite rare. He would love to get items, that's for sure. Chaemiko is still in the race. Clock is ticking, of course, with another expo up. Lynn constantly threatens more base attacks, has great control, has a well-versed army. Piercing damage, blockers, lockdown, supporters. He has everything. And here we go. TC goes all the way around the trees. Militia coming from the right-hand side didn't get a stomp off. That was not perfect. Mountain King clashing with the middle of the Orc army. This was a lot of damage. Invo Potion again, Lightning Shield as well. Chaemiko starting to lose a lot. Lightning Shield in the back as well to counter the Militia. And the Mountain King, yeah, he does some heavy lifting, but is that enough? Stomp once more onto pretty much the entire army, as Chaemiko is losing pretty much the entire army. Not saying that it's losing anything or something, but the supply lead is pretty big right now with that expo up. And how are you supposed to break this now when there's no priest anymore, there's no dispel? Chaemiko did a lot of damage but didn't get the kills. MK still has so much mana, and this might be the one thing that keeps him in this game. It's again 1 kill, probably 2, but goes at the cost of 2 riflemen here. Yikes, GG. It was good, but it wasn't enough. And last Refuge goes to Lynn, who shows a whole different face than he did on Monday. Kudos for Chaemiko for fighting back and trying to stay in this race. But Lynn just in every single map gets the jump start. And never gives up the lead. I'll go for a tiny bit of a break and see you guys in a minute. We cut this short since I'm back faster than expected and the game has already started. Thank you Eichels a lot for the 1-year sub. Swag indeed. Hope you enjoy your new sub badge, brother. And we move on to Tide Hunters. This is match points for Lynn already. A little bit of a yikes series for Chaemiko. I feel a little sad. I feel like I cursed him a bit during the ESL Cup because I praised him as is he back on the throne as the best human player in the world. And since I said that, since that ESL Cup, downhill again. But his opponent's playing real good. So this is a little rough. We got a €16.90 donation. Probably $20 or something. Hey Neo, just wanted to thank you. Used to watch Champask for hours and you're the only cast that's been able to replace him. Your humor helps a lot when I'm struggling with depression and trying to get through work at night. Airwaves XO, dude. What can I say, man? This feels really, 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 really good to read. That I'm a little bit of a help, and of course compared with a legend like Chaemiko, who's oftentimes watching our broadcast, feels real good. Yeah, I'm trying to be a crutch, or to continue to be a crutch for you, but I hope I don't have to at some point. Get through this, brother. All the power to you. Keep on fighting, man. Alright. This is... yeah. Feels good that with a little brabbling about night elves and orcs and stuff, you're able to help people. I don't realize that too often. So we have a Farseer once again, no surprise, on Lynn's side. On the other side, it's once again the question, how is Chaemiko approaching this? Tidehunter is pretty narrow map. We haven't seen a single expansion attempt at all by Chaemiko. Wait, what? He's alive? Chaemiko is unfortunately not casting anymore, but every other Saturday and Sunday he's here in the channel. He's a sub for like 3 years or something. So yeah, shout out to Chaemiko. So Archmage with Claws is pretty nice to have. This time he got level 2 pretty early, but same goes for Lynn, who really doesn't like turtles.
Forces are under attack.
Especially on this map. So easy to creep. I mean, from the Farseer's perspective, he really likes turtles because it's easy to take them out and get experience and get the items. It's not too much a rest. This might be the best game for Chaemiko yet. Much love, Airwaves, man. Much love. Yeah, this might be the best early game yet. Is he going for defend? Not like for this. I think the 7th time in 8 matches, he's not going for defend. Is this something I missed? Or is this just something Chaemiko does? And is this the right thing to do is another question. Need a Carson theory craft on this. He has defend. Oh, he has defend. Yep, he has defend. Sorry, missed that. I didn't take a look in the upper left. It just... okay. Okay, then I take it back. Then it's just 6 out of 8. Tidehunters was the map where Chaemiko had unbelievable fights around the tavern when fighting for the shop. And we are kinda going into that direction again. Not much counter-aggression possible for Chaemiko. He tried that on AZ. Could try this again. Is Lynn ready? Not really. Panda second for the first time. So this is the most meta play by Chaemiko throughout the entire series, and I think throughout the entire playoffs.
A player's forces are under attack.
Oh, the crab block. Man, love him or hate him, but these crabs are definitely doing something in the middle of the map. Nice surround. Okay, Chaemiko. Are you starting a comeback here, or... You see the Archmage go... ring around the rosy, basically. Can he go for these buildings? That would be such a huge pickup. Especially going for the Spirit Lodge, but I don't think he has the answer anymore. Lynn's defense just rock solid.
A player's forces are under attack.
TC second again. No Shadowhunter shenanigans, as we saw on AZ. Grunts, safe. The switch is already happening because the Panda grills Headhunters. But it's just heating up the Grunts a little bit. We do have Double Sanctum and again the Blacksmith. He's so sold on rifles, I'm not really sure why.
A player's forces are under attack.
Because he was so good with MK and Breakers. But maybe I'm too stubborn. And just in awe of how he fought there. The problem here last time for Lynn was that he never, like this and Autumn Leaves as well, is that he never really had access to the shop to go for an invis or to have an impactful TC. This time it's a lot easier. There's no disable against him. With that panda, Chaemiko needs creeping. Last hit, super important. Nothing is going Chaemiko's way today. This is not his playoffs. That's for sure. So yeah, there's no MK, there's no Stormbolt, there's no disable. Raiders Breakers will take a long time, so how do you create this wall against the TC? He's just storming through. He might be slowed, but you can speed scroll against that, you can purge against that. And it's a lot more map control by Lynn. Again. TC level 3 is just guaranteed for him. Outlevels the Archmage, outlevels the Panda, who has 10 XP. This is unacceptable. Needs to have better progress. At least level 3 Archmage. But that doesn't work. TP out, oh my. He got the Snapper, he got the heal scroll. That's kinda nice. But Lynn feels comfortable. And why not? He has a decent army, once again didn't lose headhunters, or not too many headhunters. Was constantly able to heal them. This cost a little bit on healed selves, but I guess that's totally fine if you get the lead with that. Just look at the experience again. This XP graph is looking pretty much the same every single game. Relatively even, relatively even, relatively even, plummeting. Or skyrocketing, depending on Lynn's position in this graph. For the first time we see a Wyvern. And... well, there's only one rifle. Panda isn't the greatest yet. Where's the Archmage? Am I blind? Ah, here. Yeah, Water Elemental's on level 2 yet. This is the most one-sided series in the playoffs. By quite far. I mean, Moon did a great job against Lynn as well in 3 maps in a row, but at least Lynn was able to take the first map. Here, he leaves no doubt who's the better player today or has the better game plan. Because the execution with Chaemiko is not bad. He's going into more breakers now. Maybe he thinks that with slow and breakers, he can create chokes where the TC can't pass.
Players' forces are under attack.
And once again we have a very, very good army for Lynn. Has the supply lead too with the expansion almost up. Chaemiko is doing a good job and just distracting and poking a little and trying to force Lynn back, but he's not falling for that. Like, okay, you hurt my Great Hall a little? I'm fine with that. You kill a peon or two? I'm fine with that. But you're not getting your levels. Are you fine with that? I don't think so. Roll of the Magi. Heal scroll, mana potion. That's pretty good. Archmage again. Far away from the creep to just prio the beast, the Brewmaster, but he's still away from 3. What are these footmen doing? Ah, not much, right? Not much. Second Wyvern.
The players' forces are under attack.
And I really like this. I said it a couple of times. Tidehunters is so narrow. You got chokes here, 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 here. There's chokes everywhere on this map. So at some point, if you go like Raiders and Grunts, they all clump up. They can't really attack at the same time. With Wyvern, of course, chokes don't really matter.
The players' forces are under attack.
And off we go. Is this the fight that Chaemiko wants to take? If he wanted to control that TC any point in this game, this is not the moment. Oh my. What a storm. Disables the lightning shield pretty quickly. Drunken Haste with the fire, not too bad, but the kills are once again going only Lynn's way. There's a lot of damage done to the Orc army, but never kills the Pandas, trying his hardest. 25 supply lead. That is such a one-sided affair. Stomp on the Brewmaster, who just used the potion in this cast. Okay, neat. But that's about it. Compare this fight to the fights they had on Monday. It's a world difference. Twice the supply for Lynn. GG, clean sweep. Lynn stays alive in TP Cup and Chaemiko has been eliminated. The War Chief is back, finding a solution against Chaemiko, who really didn't have the best playoffs. Lynn is amazing, but this looks impossible for human to play. Watch the VOD of Monday. Chaemiko destroyed Lynn. This has nothing to do with balance at all. If he decides to go for this strategy, then this has downsides, and Lynn punished this incredibly hard. I don't know at all why Chaemiko changed his playstyle from Monday to Tuesday to Thursday. Makes no real sense to me. He didn't look too hot against Focus, and today also, like, the fights were decent, but he was always punching uphill. And against Lynn, I don't know, you don't want to box with God if you have short arms, right? Good to see Lynn back in shape. Good to see Lynn is not deterred from the loss yesterday. And this could be a spectacular lower bracket run. Not gonna lie, looking forward to that. Lynn survives. Chaemiko is out $155 for the human. That means one human still remaining. That is Fortitude in the winner bracket. We have to say goodbye to a Night Elf next, as we have the second match of the day, another best of 5. That is a Night Elf mirror, and that is Korea versus China, and this is Lawlight versus Colorful. I'm very much looking forward to this. It is a pretty predictable Colorful, if you ask me, against Lawlight, who yesterday displayed an Alchemist Tinker strat against Human again. So looking forward to this, especially after Lawlight's mirror matches versus Foggy just recently. This could be fireworks, everybody. So don't go anywhere. A little bit of a break. We set everything up, and then it's time for best of 5 number 2 today.